Oh yeah.
4-1. 4-1.
4-1. 4-1, Jeremy. 4-1.
4-1. We beat the Spuds at
The
the Tottenham Hotspur
Spurs.
Stadium 4-1. Monday night was an absolute circus. One of the most entertaining games of Barclays you will ever see. Unbelievable events, goals, scoreline, and for what feels like the first time in a long time, we've got 3 points on the board,
Three
and we're
whole
moving
points, you know.
3 whole points, and we're moving up the table.
Like, no decimals here, bruv. Three
No decimals.
solid points.
Actual, real, full
Rounded.
points. Unbelievable
Lovely.
game. I mean, give me, summarize how you felt.
Insane.
That's a great word.
That's like both for the game and me. I felt insane, and the game was insane. And it was just like after that first, we went down 6 minutes in, and I thought, well, there we go, 3-4-0. It's dead out here. What do we do when we concede first? We're fucked. So, especially against someone who hasn't lost all season. And then, I don't know what the fuck happened. Someone put a little magic spell or some shit because it all just descended into chaos.
Yeah, I was watching Matisse for a bit as he was live streaming it, and he was like, "I've sprinkled enough juju on this game. I've got no juju left." As red cards were happening and penalties are flying in. Gosh, I mean, look. Welcome back to the Pride FT, the FT Sounds for Football Thoughts. It's really lovely to have you. Thanks for joining us again. Obviously, today we're going to be reacting to one of the craziest games of Premier League football, that Tottenham result we got the other day, and much more Chelsea news as well. Thank you, as I said, for coming back. Please like, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff.
All that good stuff.
Fantasy football, do that probably, and other fun stuff. But let's just go into the game. I'm looking on SuperScore now, right? And their feed for the match events, right? Get this. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's in the first half. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 match events in a crazy game. And let's start from the beginning. Obviously, as you said, they score in the 6th minute. Kulusevski, I think a pretty lucky goal. Didn't catch the ball very well. A massive deflection off of Colwell's back. Some people were blaming Colwell. I think that's really harsh.
I want to say, I just want to talk about that 2 seconds. What do you think he should have done different there?
I mean,
that's what defenders do. You get in the way of the ball. If that ball didn't go in and it got deflected out, everybody would be calling him a fucking hero. But because it deflected awkwardly, Sanchez, obviously, you can't blame Sanchez at all. What I felt like, because that deflection was huge. So, what else are you meant to do? You're there to do that. Well, you want just to stand there and take it into the fucking face or something? It doesn't work like that. People turn their backs. That's just instinct what you do when you're a defender. And, he's done that and it's went in. Unfortunate goal. But the thing is, it wasn't just the goal that was like the stinger sort of thing. It was the build-up and how did we even let him get into that position? So, it started off rough.
Yeah, well, no, you make a really good point there, actually. It's more to do about the general team shape and the fact that we even let them get there so early on. You think it was really disappointing because you think for a game like this, literally one of the biggest games of the season, every fan waits for days like these, and you really want to have a good result against these types of teams, especially when they're top of the table and you want to kind of deflate them a bit, and you go and concede in the first 10 minutes, like, you fucking arseholes. I mean, obviously after that, they still continue to look good. Destiny Udogie then receives a yellow card for an off-the-ground 2-footed heels-up tackle into Sterling.
How pathetic was this?
Which was checked by VAR, by the way, and they still thought, nah.
Mate, VAR on crack. I swear they're smoking something good in there. I want some. Because they're fucking off their rockers if they think that's not a red card. That is dangerous play. If Sterling didn't move his left leg, he's getting snapped in half. There is no control. It's not like he's gone for the ball specifically, and it's like he's just gone in and just how, you know what? As a professional footballer, you've been doing this probably all of your fucking life. How does your brain think, oh yeah, I'm going to go in 2 foot in the air, studs up? Are you mad?
A very dangerous tackle.
Like,
very dangerous tackle.
How have you not trained your brain into subconsciously sliding with one leg. Like, it makes no fucking sense to me that he's done that. So in my head, he's done that to get a fucking, to create an injury.
Do some damage.
Sterling.
Yeah, I mean, it was crazy. Luckily, Sterling moved his leg out of the way fast enough where it didn't actually really connect very hard, did it? And I'm guessing that's the reason why they didn't give him the red. But at the end of the day, players are getting sent off for less than that.
Gusto.
For example.
Yeah.
So a crazy decision that VAR checked it and thought, that's only a yellow.
Yeah.
Not long after that, then.
Hang on, 2 seconds.
Yeah, go on, go.
At the exact same time, Romero kicked Colwill as he was down. And that should have been a red card as well, because that's violent misconduct. Because
definitely.
There was no ball. The ball was on the ball was what, probably 15 yards away now? And he's getting up and he kicked Colwill in the back of the leg. Colwill, okay, he did put on the theatrics, but everyone does. That's how you got to do it. Otherwise, you don't get no attention, do you? So, he's kicked him in the back of the leg. Didn't look too hard, but again, it's just violence. And what I don't get about this is that, someone's going in 2-footed tackle. Someone's kicking someone out of no need sort of thing. You're 1-0 up, for fuck's sake.
I know. Well, it was foreshadowing, really, wasn't it? Because it was, a kind of a sign of things to come. It seems often with Tottenham, whenever they play us, they just lose their heads.
They do.
Like,
they
obviously,
really do.
The famous game, the Battle of the Bridge, when we stopped them from winning the league, was one of the most dirtiest, disgusting games I've ever seen. Probably about 6 of their players should have been sent off that day. And I don't think anyone got a red card. It was actually outrageous. But they for something about us really winds them up. I mean, I love it. But they really cannot keep their cool. We'll talk more about how that transpired in a bit. Not long after that, then 5 minutes later, Raheem Sterling goes through, scores. Unfortunately, though, in the build up to that goal, as Pedro Porro tackles in, the ball bounces back up and off his arm into his path, and he scores.
Thing is, Fair enough. Help that.
I know. So I get it.
I get why it's disallowed. But we can't blame him for it at all.
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
gone for it. Good little effort. Obviously scored, and I think he knew really.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
he didn't really celebrate too much, did he? And then about 8 minutes after that, is when we really then start to kind of turn the screw, as it were.
Yeah.
We have a penalty awarded after Caicedo scores an unbelievable arrow finish into the bottom corner, which is a shame that it won't be remembered because it didn't count. There's a whole
Nicholas Jackson, and it
was a very strange situation.
Because he's blocking the goalie or something.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at a replay from a different angle, he is like within the flight of the ball, so technically you could say he's in the eye line of the keeper. And it literally was like just the fucking inches of his fucking arse cheeks that were offside. So it was, I mean, it's mental. Obviously, 5 years ago that would have just been a goal, and he'd be like, great. He's not offside enough for it to really be a problem, if you ask me. But we're in VAR land, it's inches, isn't it?
You say VAR land, they get that, whereas butt cheeks offside, right?
Yeah.
But they don't fucking give a red card to someone doing 2-foot tackles and someone kicking someone.
Well, this is the problem, isn't it?
The Tottenham fucking agenda trying to get them to win the league.
But this whole situation was really weird, obviously, the penalty, because we had some build-up. It got a bit scrappy in the middle of the box. As we said, some things transpired. The ball's bouncing around. Obviously, it comes to Enzo, who then gets tackled heavily, as we know. It then bounces out, scrambles about, and then it falls onto Caicedo at the edge of the box, or a little bit out of the edge of the box. He obviously rifles it in bottom corner. Now, the VAR studio office, hellscape dungeon, whatever they want to call it, spends about 5 minutes trying to figure out whether or not it's offside, which they then determine it isn't. And then clearly they've had word in their ear about there's a bad tackle in this build-up. We need to look at this as well, which they then do for another 5 minutes, it seems like, where they then decide that the tackle that Christian Romero puts on Enzo Fernandez in the box is a dangerous tackle, and he deserves a straight red and awards us a penalty, which was at the time absolutely bonkers. And I always thought that they tried to avoid doing what they call the double negative, where they'll give you a red and a penalty. Like they don't like to do that because it's kind of too much punishment. But Christian Romero's tackle was absolutely disgraceful.
Fucking ridiculous. And he, as I said before so many times already, he was the one that kicked Colwell when he was down. So really, he shouldn't have been on the fucking pitch anyway. No. And he's gone in with this tackle. And if you're any kind of footballer, you know when to pull out. You know what I mean? That's what she said. But you know when to pull out, right? And he just goes straight through into Enzo's ankle, studs up, doesn't give a fuck. No. And I don't know if you noticed this, but when he got the red card, he really didn't look arsed and he smirked.
Yeah. I mean, the guy's a mentalist. I mean, this is always the drawback of Christian Romero. He's got like zero composure. When shit gets real, he absolutely shits the bed. And that tackle was like just outrageous, as you said. Literally full ball cannon straight into his like ankle shin area. And it wasn't even like, sometimes you see that and you can tell that the player's putting their leg back to try and avoid it, but they can't because their momentum.
He didn't. His fucking weight into it.
All of his weight into it. Again, similar thing with the Sterling. If Enzo had that foot planted, he's breaking his leg. It is literally a really disgusting tackle. And as I said, Christian Romero can't maintain his composure, but he gets a straight red. He's out for 3 games, which is great. Then Eric Dyer comes in. Brennan Johnson, who was on the left wing, goes out.
Hang on, we talk about the. That was at the same time, weren't it? That was at the same time
as well.
Yeah. Eric Dyer comes on. Johnson goes off, and then the penalty then happens.
Exactly.
Cole Palmer.
Yeah. Hey.
What the fuck?
He is hooping. I mean, look, I get he scored a few penalties, and that's fine. Yeah. Number one, someone's got to be there to score them.
Yeah.
If you have a penalty, a reliable penalty taker in your squad, you're a happy chappy. Number 2 is a really good penalty. He literally smashed it into the post.
Yeah.
One of those kind of unsavable penalties, although Vicario did go the right way and it did look like he saved it.
Yeah.
But obviously, gets us back in the game on a high pressure moment for him, for a 21-year-old.
How is he the best player in our team?
It's a bit mad. It is a bit mad. He had a really good game. He got an 8.9. No, I know. He just came in. He's already played more minutes for Chelsea than he ever did for Man City in the league.
Fucking hell. Mate, his quality. He's so good.
Yeah, I know.
It's ridiculous. He's so cool, man. He's so cool, calm, collected, knows what he's doing, doesn't care about pressure. He knows where to go. He's finding them little spaces in between. The passing from is outrageous. He's like a mini Enzo. And by the way, just going back to that tackle, that changed Enzo's whole game, in my opinion.
Definitely,
because he just
wasn't the same, was he?
He fell off the map, and from there, I think he was very, very, has this. And I've seen on Twitter, I've seen on Instagram today him saying about coming back from injury. So I know that he must have got a little bit of injured there, but he said he should be all right for Man City. So
well, that's handy. And the thing with Enzo, he's been playing so much as well. Like he plays every game for Argentina, he plays every game for us. The poor bloke's probably knackered already, and then to add that into the mix, obviously you're in trouble. Obviously after that 1-1, then after that penalty by Cole Palmer, we then got the rest of the first half to play out, and it was all a bit hectic, a bit mad. But we actually were. I think we were playing quite well, and we were giving them some trouble. We're giving them some trouble. There was 12 minutes of added time on the end of the first half. And in that kind of period, James Maddison, a lot happened. James Maddison and Mickey van der Ven both go down injured and get subbed out for Emerson Royale and Pierre-Emerick Højbjerg. So a real decrease in general talent and effectiveness on the pitch.
I think Van der Ven's probably out for a good 6-7 weeks here.
His hamstring exploded off of his leg, didn't it? Yeah. Poor bloke, because he's literally all about. He's so quick, and he's been really good, to be fair, at the start of the season. But that's going to really affect them. I've seen a lot of Spurs fans since that game on Twitter and stuff say like, "Oh, we're in trouble now because our squad, we've literally got 11 players. Yeah, we've got a first team squad and not much else. So they're really going to struggle to carry on their form, which obviously is good for us, but bad for them. And obviously that changes the complexion of the game. You've got 2 of their best players now not able to play, and 2 players who
happened with Madison?
Aren't up to much. No, not really. It looked quite innocuous, really, didn't it? It wasn't like he tried to do like a 1-2 with someone, and then Reece James came in and like intercepted, and then something happened with his ankle. And I don't know. I don't think it's really bad, but I've not seen any news to suggest it is or isn't bad. And then towards the end of the first half, then There's a bit of rumpy pumpy.
There is.
Some argy-bargy. Nicholas Jackson, Papa Matasar, and Levi Cole will all get yellow cards for an argument.
Yeah.
An argument, by the way, in which Yves Bissouma puts his hands around Levi Colwell's neck. Yep. Again, not sent off, even though that's violent conduct. So should have had a straight red. Yep. Because Casemiro got sent off for the exact same thing earlier on in the season against Will Hughes at Crystal Palace. Yep. So just another way that VAR absolutely cocked it up, or somebody, the officiating wasn't noticing things that Spurs players
were doing. There was so much going on. Nicholas Jackson fouled Sarr. I believe it was Sarr. And then Sarr's
kind of pulled him, didn't he, a bit?
Yeah. I said something or pulled him, whatever. And then Colwell was having none of it. I was like, fucking go on, lad. But there's a difference in go on, lad, have a bit. But then he's just lost in. You could see it in his eyes. He had fucking snapped, and I was like, "Oh shit!" He's that. But from that moment, I was like, "He's not coming off. He's not coming on second half." Which played out to be reality.
Well, I guess it worked. Yeah, I guess it worked. At the end of the day, if he'd have got sent off as well, then, because he was too heated, then we would have been back to square one. Exactly. So actually, it was probably quite smart management. Not that I ever like to see Cucurella come on. No. But yeah, so then we get into the second half. Cucurella does come on for Colwill.
Well, you know what? He's building trust in me again.
No, I can't.
I don't know, man. He's been quite good. Him. He's been quite good. Him. I mean, last season he was fucking dreadful. So
Yeah, it's going to take a lot for me to forgive him for some of the performances. But yeah, so he comes on for the second half. We're like, all right, fair enough. I don't, I like Colwill better, obviously, but it's probably the safest thing to do. Yeah. You've got an incensed 21-year-old. He needs to chill out. Yeah. So then, basically, obviously, we start quite positively, as you would imagine we would do with, a man advantage. And, kind of the game is swung in our favour a bit. Tottenham continued to play their kind of high line, where they were giving us loads of space in behind on purpose, it seemed, because they know that nobody in our fucking team can finish or make the final pass, which we'll talk a bit more about in a sec. And then not long after that, Sterling, Jackson, and I think it's Gallagher it's Palmer. Sterling, Jackson, and Palmer have a 3-on-2 situation where Sterling absolutely, completely fucks it. And we have to say this because I don't want him to get away with it. Yeah. He makes the most stupid, juvenile, flipping, crappy Sunday league decision and completely cocks up the 3v2 by not making the right pass. In fact, the pass is intercepted by Udogie. But the only reason why it's good is because then Sterling is quick enough to get on the end of that pass intercepted. Udogie lunges in and gets his second in and gets sent off. So then they're down to 9 men with 40 minutes of the game left to go. Yeah.
Well, some say it would be his destiny. Hey?
There we go.
Basically, 2 yellow cards and both against Sterling. So thing is, I think he's got a little bit of a thing, a vendetta against him. And he's just the same as fucking Romero. He shouldn't have been on the pitch anyway, because it's just a danger to fucking society at that point. So very, very happy that they got another red card. I haven't seen a double red card in a long time, to be fair.
No, me neither. So, no, a 9 manner, you don't often get that. And then obviously at that point, we're licking our lips, aren't we? Like, right.
Oh yeah.
This is it. We've got to turn it on.
The hounds are out, bruv. You know what I mean?
The hounds are out.
And then at that same time, 3 minutes later, Enzo comes off, obviously with a partial injury. And Mudryk comes on and you think, Mudryk. You're thinking, Mudryk.
Yeah, you think that makes sense.
Little bit of, he's been scoring. He's fucking quick. 9 men, mate. No one's catching that cunt.
They're still playing the high line. You know what I mean? They're still defending on their bloody halfway line. No, Mudryk came on and had what I would call a Hall of Shame substitute performance.
It was terrible. Fucking terrible.
I'm really, number one, it's clear that his hype was way too high. I mean, he played some half-decent football in the Ukrainian league. I don't know. He's got zero technique, man. He's got nothing about him. I'm sorry. People were hyping him up because he got a couple goals. And that goal against Arsenal was literally a mistake. He didn't mean to do it. I'm not having it.
No.
And I just couldn't believe what I was watching. His touch was terrible. His passing was terrible. He couldn't dribble past anyone. For some reason, what really frustrates about Mudryk is that his ego is too big for his skill.
It's massive.
He thinks he's like Neymar. He thinks he's got that close control and trickery to get past anyone. He's not a good dribbler. What he needs to be is a runner. Yeah. All he has to do is be that guy.
Just be fast.
Yeah, just be. You already are one of the fastest players in the league. Just work on that. Just be that, right? And unfortunately, he wants the ball to feet every time.
He wants the Hall of Fame.
And all he does is embarrass himself. And he really pissed me off. Like again, as you said, you bring him on. They've got 9 players on the pitch. You're like, this is perfect for Mudryk. He's got all the time and space in the world. If he makes a well-timed run, he's through. It's easy. It's easy picking.
Players is off. It's
exactly. Exactly. They're going to struggle.
No one's going to catch up with him.
But he did absolutely nothing, and he wasn't involved in any of the remaining goals that we went on to score.
Well, the last one he would have been.
Yeah, technically he is.
He would have been, but Nico Jackson looked at him and went, "No, I'm gonna have a little hat trick here."
Yeah, exactly.
So Mudryk comes on, and then Skip comes in for Kuleveski. Sar goes off for whatever the fuck his name is,
Bentancur. Yeah.
And then we finally 75 minutes. So this is 20 minutes.
Oh my God. Men. And weren't we huffing and puffing? I was getting so fuming because I kept saying situations where it's like, guys, all you have to do is make one well-timed run and somebody has to make a half-decent pass around a player and you are literally in on goal. It honestly looked like under 9 defending, like their positioning. I mean, they were doing it on purpose. Oh, and Vicario had an amazing game as well. He made some really good saves. But we were peppering them and it was getting really frustrating. I was like, nothing shows the kind of naivety and general, lack of experience that our squad has than that situation where it's like all the pressure is on them to deliver at that point because you can't not beat 9 men. Like, what are you playing at? And kind of a lot of them actually really struggle to make it happen when the pressure is on, and I think that really did show our inexperience. But anyway, you're right, 20 minutes after that we did get a goal and it was Nico Jackson's first goal, assisted by Raheem Sterling. It was all right. It was a cutback from, they were playing a high line. Sterling gets popped in behind. He runs. Nico runs. He plays it back to him in the middle of the box. He tucks it away.
Easy.
I then believe he does exactly the same thing for his next goal.
And so anyway, after that, Gusto comes on and James is off. James does 77 minutes, not too bad.
He was all right, actually, and he played well. He was pretty beefy, he was pretty powerful, made some good passing, good dribbling, and didn't look... didn't come off injured, so we're buzzing about that.
Exactly. Gusto comes on, and then 10 minutes later, he gets a yellow card for time wasting, which is the stupidest thing.
Gusto as well.
Actually, let me just say, James, right, in the first half, going up for a header and hitting someone in the face with his arm.
Oh, yeah.
Stupidest thing ever. He's looking like, what are you on about? I haven't done that. You know what you've done. You know that you've done it. I like the shithousery, right? I love it. But just don't get caught. Which he didn't, to be fair. But Gusto time wasting like a knob. We're 2-1 up. Like, fucking go and score another goal, you can. Mudryk then gets a yellow for a foul. The only thing he's done all fucking night is get a yellow. And then...
hang about. I don't know why they don't mention it, but in the game as well, obviously Tottenham do score.
Yes,
remember?
They do. Yes, son.
Eric Dyer, Eric Dyer literally scores that volley, doesn't he, in the back post from a free kick.
And Son scored as well.
I don't think Son did score. He was through on goal, and he did have a good effort.
Son, he scored in the first half.
Oh, you're right. In the first half, he did. Yeah, of course he did. For some reason, the cancellation goal for Sterling is on this list, but the Son isn't. You're so right. Yeah, that's in like the 15th minute, that Son goal. You're so right. But that was offside. Fair enough. We're far past that now, so we won't go on there too much. But yeah, you are right. So we're 2-1 up at this point. And for some reason, Tottenham are like actually giving us trouble. Gusto does the stupidest, laziest tackle in a really dangerous position to give away a free kick on the edge of the box. And you think, what the fuck are you playing at? We need to keep this together. Really disappointing from him. He had a bit of a Hall of Shame performance as well coming up. And then, they have a free kick. Bentancur flicks it on with his head. It comes to every guy at the back post. He lashes it in a volley. It made a really good goal.
Great goal.
But it was rightly called offside. But we fucking got away with it.
Mate, honestly,
and also,
bricks.
yeah, and also when we were 2-1 up, bloody Son is released through on goal, and it takes some decent defending by Dizazi and a decent save by Sanchez to stop it going in. But we really made it hard for ourselves until the 94th minute.
Yeah. Which, by the way, there's 9 added minutes of extra time, so it's quite a lot. We had 12 added minutes on the bloody first half. So anyway, Ugo Chukwu comes on for Sterling, and then Jackson goes through. Gallagher, little assist, and again scores his second. Then Ugo Chukwu, who's just come on, gets a yellow card because why not? And then Nicholas Jackson scores again an assist from Cole Palmer on the 97th minute to make his first ever Premier League hat-trick, and he's got one before Rashford.
Nice. And it's also his first ever career hat-trick, which is pretty funny. Yeah. So, kudos to Nico Jackson. I've seen a lot of people calling it the worst, like the worst hat-trick ever. The worst hat-trick of all time, which is, I think, maybe fair enough. Yeah. It wasn't the best, but hey, you got to have someone to score. And the last goal in particular. The last goal in particular was quite funny, wasn't it? Because he was through on goal.
Yeah.
With Mudryk to his left. And he was like, do you know what? Now, bro, you ain't getting this.
Go on, give me one. He's like, no, I'm going to go around the keeper, fuck you.
Yeah, exactly. So he goes around the keeper and completes his hat-trick and completely ignores Mudryk. And then Mudryk just looks a bit dejected afterwards. Like,
he really does.
Oh, shit. I could have stat-padded. No, he didn't, the fucking moody basket.
So I just wanted to say, we say this every bloody week, whether win or loss, whether it's a scrappy loss, a scrappy win. The only thing that matters in the history books is the scoreline.
True.
So no one's going to come back to this game and go, "Oh, Chelsea played terribly." They're going to look at the scoreline and be like, "Oh, Chelsea won 4-1."
They smacked them 4-1. Yeah, you're so right. And hey, to kind of recap and to kind of, there's been so much like chat about this game after the fact.
Yeah.
One thing that's really annoyed me is like the kind of narrative around the game is that actually Tottenham should be proud of their performance and Chelsea actually didn't play well.
We didn't play our best. We didn't play bad, but we didn't play our best. I don't know what our best is at the moment, to be honest.
True. I don't know if we've ever seen our best.
Tottenham were playing some weird fucking tactics with 9 men. They were playing high line with 9 men. We've all seen the fucking screenshots. And people going, tactically and all that, and then fucking Postelecu or whatever his name is comes out and goes, we're just like that, even if we're on 5 men, we'll have a go. And I'm thinking, well, on 5 men, mate, you're actually fucking disqualified. But anyway, you're drawing a high line, and it's just a weird tactic because you'd think 9 men, you're thinking they're going to go for a low block. They're going to be in the fucking box.
Yeah, literally.
But they're catching us with counters. Not counters, sorry, offsides. So they're literally just catching us offside trap all the fucking time. And it was so hard to get, like, I think it was like a weird play style that everybody had to adapt to. And that's why that's why I think it took so long to actually break through. But once we did, the
floodgates opened, and
that was it, because we was like, we got you figured out now. You're going to draw a high line. I'm going to do this. He's going to go there. He'll run through. Boom. Little fucking chip, done. So Anyway.
Well, I think like the overcomplicated way that people like to think they're so clever when it comes to football is when they look at that result and they're like, well, it shouldn't have taken them so long. It's like, but football games are, well, nowadays 90 to 115 minutes long, right? We had 90 minutes we had 45 minutes to get another goal. We did get another goal eventually. It doesn't matter when it happens, it's as long as it does happen.
Exactly.
Now, obviously, I can say that if we were Man City, we probably would have won that game 8-1
11-0
or 11-1 because Man City they are attacking beasts, and all of their players are like finely tuned monsters. We'll talk a bit about them later in our rival watch. But we're not that guy currently. No, we're not. So we can't expect that level of like attacking efficiency. But the fact is, and I don't like the way that the narrative's been like transformed. The fact is, we beat one of our biggest rivals 4-1 at their home ground because they lost their composure and had 2 players sent off because they couldn't hack it. That's nothing to do with us and not that's nothing. You know what I mean? It's like that doesn't mean that Spurs get away with it. It doesn't mean they didn't get fucking slapped and that they can come out with their head held high. Like they fucked it.
Exactly. And you know what? Saying that, they've lost their composure. We are statistically the youngest team in the Prem?
One of, if not the
second or third youngest team in the Prem, and we haven't lost our cool like that. Yeah. So fucking grow up.
Yeah.
I say that every podcast, I swear.
Yeah, but I just thought it's just something that had to be said. Like, it's just so annoying that like people try to change the narrative and make out like the fact that we won 4-1 is actually a bad result, and actually Tottenham should be proud. Like, no, you got smashed. Fucking firm it. But I mean, the love-in for Postecoglou and Tottenham this season is so high that like anything he does, is shit's roses apparently.
Shit's gold.
Shit's gold. So anyway,
saying that, you said about our biggest rivals, and and it's a good win. That's their first loss this season as well. Yeah,
good
from us.
And I hope that it fucking knocks the wheels off their bloody wagon.
3-point lane is still thriving. So
yeah. I mean, hey, by the way, we are, according to sportingnews.com, as of data that was correct of the August 17th, according to Transfer Market, Chelsea are the youngest average age squad in the league. So,
and we didn't fucking lose our heads, did we?
No, we didn't.
One of us did.
Yeah, but wow, what a game. Cole Palmer had this to say after it: is that as it went on, we figured out how to get in behind their high line. Yep. The coaches just said to us at halftime to keep pushing, and the chances will come. We knew that, and we're just glad that we took them. So as I said, people moaning and saying like, "Oh, you should have scored like 5 minutes after they got the second yellow." It's like, it doesn't matter. We got the goal eventually.
Exactly.
As Cole said, we kept pushing and we took that chance.
And it wasn't just a 2-1; it was 4-1. So,
yeah, exactly. We were dumping on them big time. Pochettino also said we were calm after the sending off and forced them to make a mistake. It's true we concede some chances that we cannot concede, that we can assess the performance. Of course, we need to control better. So even he realizes that, look, we knew what we were trying to do. We made them force the mistake because we were calm. He said, I would have liked if we had a bit more control in general. But, this is literally what our squad is. I think, actually, this has been really useful, this game, because it has reminded me to kind of recalibrate my expectations.
Yeah.
Now, not to say I accept us being in fucking 14th and 12th like we were before this game.
Yeah.
And that, we shouldn't expect us finishing in the mid-table. But it definitely makes me realize, actually, do you know what? So many of these players just haven't got a lot of game experience. It's literally as simple as that. Like, most of the people in that team have not got over 100 senior games in them. Mm-hmm. So you have to realize that when it comes to crazy moments that they would have never experienced, they just don't know how to figure it out. And it's going to be like that for a bit.
Saying that, this team, when they have played 100 games, fucking hell.
Well, that's the hope, isn't it? The hope is that you.
I mean, Enzo said it. He's like, next year we're title runners, bruv. Like,
oh god, I feel that's fine talk.
Because everyone will have, a cluster of fucking really good chunk of games together, a lot of training together, and in these young periods, your younger life, you grow so much quicker than between like 20 to 25 than when you're 25 to 20, or 30, whatever. So they're all kids, bruv. They're all kids.
Yeah.
So as they're growing and they're learning, these are 20-year-olds, 21-year-olds on the biggest stage of them all.
Yeah.
Mate, they're going to be lethal when they get older.
Yeah, well, that exactly, that is the hope. And that's, why we kind of built the squad that we have. One last thing then with the Tottenham game, I kind of related to the VAR and the refereeing. In that game, the ball was in play for just 43% of the total match time, so 47 minutes of 111 minutes. It's the lowest percentage for any Premier League game over the last 2 seasons. So, I mean, really, it's getting to the point now where VAR is not a viable option, and it should really be taken away because it's just ruining the product. There's no need for a football game to last 110 minutes. It shouldn't. It should never have taken that long to figure out very obvious situations during the game with VAR. And frankly, it's just entirely embarrassing that the bloody referee association in the home of bloody football don't understand football and just can't figure it out.
Shocking. And you know what?
Yeah.
That brings us on to the next fucking refereeing decision that's fucking terrible. Is Anthony Taylor, right? And he got demoted to the championship, and we all thought he's been demoted. Championship, fucking love it. Get fucked. Oh no, no one told us it was only for one fucking weekend, right?
Yeah.
So he's now back, and guess who's fucking, match he's going to be against? Us. Of course it's fucking us. Us versus Man City. So what you've done, let me just fucking take a step back, right? You're shit as a ref, and we've put you in the championship for this weekend. But next weekend, we're going to give you the one of the most high profile games on the weekend's calendar. How does that fucking make sense? Right? That is absolutely ridiculous. That is fucking ridiculous. That's like saying to someone, "You're shit at caring for old people, so we're gonna fucking, I'm gonna put you in a fucking, I don't know, a dog's home or something for the weekend." Right? This is one of my shit analogies. Right? And then the next weekend you're looking after the king.
Yeah.
It's fucking nuts. No other job is like this.
Yeah, it's
get rid of him.
It is unbelievable. I mean, number one, pretty peak for the championship. That he makes a terrible decision in a Premier League game. I think it's Newcastle Wolves.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Gives the fucking ghost penalty that should never have happened.
By the way, after numerous over the
I mean,
years.
we know this guy. Guy. He's a fucking fraud, isn't he? He does that very publicly. Terrible decision. He gets sent down to championship as a punishment, which is pretty peak for the championship. That's what happens to with their games. It's like, oh great, we've got the guy who's just been demoted because he's terrible at refereeing. It really should be getting a fucking suspension. Be like, no, you're not refereeing for the next 5 games. You need to sort your shit out. But that's not how it works with these lot. They get away with it time and time again. And then you're right. And then he also makes another terrible decision in that game in the championship.
Really?
Where he gives away a dodgy penalty.
Fuck yeah.
He gives away a dodgy penalty. The guy doesn't actually make contact with him. He gives away a penalty that should never have happened. And then as you said, the weekend after, he's back in the Premier League doing one of the biggest games in the season.
How does that even make sense?
And not only that, not only the fact that a referee has been able to do that, but it's Anthony Taylor, the guy who has... Chelsea fans have got evidence of probably like 7 or 8 different accounts where he's made an absolutely heinously terrible refereeing decision against us. Yeah. And it happens year after year after year after year, and they keep giving us him. Yeah. And I think we need to sign a petition so that he never refs one of our games again.
There was a petition last year.
Right, well, we need another one.
It reached, I swear to God, I can't remember the actual figure. I swear that reached over 100,000 signatures to say to say that he shouldn't be refereeing our games. And can I just also say, it's not just us that Anthony Taylor hates. He seems to fucking hate Liverpool as well, and he's just so biased in them fucking games. It's unreal. It's like who does he fucking support? I swear to God, because it's not fucking Acton Stanley, is it? Hey, so he's going to be a prick, so that's going to be absolutely fucking great. We got Jared Gillett, whoever the fuck that is on VAR, just some random knobhead from the street.
He's an Australian dude. He was quite highly rated in the Australian league, and then he came a couple of seasons ago. I think he was supposed to be pretty good, but I think even he's made fucking dodgy decisions this season as well. Honestly,
right?
The stink of Premier League referees is too powerful.
What I don't get, right? We're at home, right? You're in fucking wherever you are, Gloucestershire, whatever. I'm in Liverpool, right? It's like I can see that from here that's a fucking offside. They had to draw lines, use about 4 or 5 minutes of time to draw these stupid 2D lines. By the way, that can be done in 2 seconds, but they take their time with it, right? And then they're like, oh yeah, it's offside. Fucking no shit Sherlock, right? Yeah. I'm fucking 200, 300 miles away. You're in fucking Stockley Park. Are you fucking nuts?
Yeah.
Oh, mate, it proper pisses me off. This whole referee, the VAR ruined everything. Fucking ruined. It's nitpicking. There's no need. You don't have to be spot on. You don't have to go by a fucking, a gnat's fucking ball hair on if you're offside or not. It should be a clear and obvious offside. VAR was meant to be used for them very, very close calls like goals, not fucking, whether they're a gnat's cunt hair off a fucking offside. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. It's not good, bro. It's not looking good for us. But we move on to some more good news. Christopher Nkunku is close to returning. He won't be risked against City, but he will be back in contention after the international break. So, boo, there's an international break again. The third one in 3 months. Terrible. But after it, we will see Christopher Nkunku, and he could be involved in matchday squads like straight away. So, buzzing about that. Can't wait to see him come in.
The best Christmas present, if he comes on Christmas Eve against Wolves and does a little hattie, oh my God.
I'm really excited to see him and Palmer play together. That's kind of what I'm waiting for.
He's got a haircut, so, you know.
And he's got a haircut. A lot of people were suggesting that maybe that means he'll play against City, but that isn't the case. Fabrizio Romano said on his live stream, like, no, he's not playing on Sunday, but he may well play after the international break.
I wonder if he'd be on bench, just in case.
Probably not.
No,
don't think it's worth the risk.
Anyway, Premier League sides will now vote at the next shareholders meeting on a proposal to fast-track a ban on loan moves for players between associated clubs in the January transfer window. Not as though we've just fucking got another club. Yeah, how do you feel about that one?
I think it's probably actually less about us and more about people like Man City and Newcastle and the like, because these are now like state-owned clubs with literally unlimited wealth. Obviously, we're rich, and we've got Strasbourg now as part of the Blue Co family, and we do have Angelo there on loan and blah blah blah. But they can do it on such a higher degree than we can. Really, that. It kind of makes sense. It is a good way of slowing down the multi-club model as well, because, I just think it's quite corrosive to football, and it's not what football's about.
It really is.
And imagine being a fan of one of those clubs and being like, oh yeah, by the way, you're a feeder club of another major club elsewhere. And so you're not really going to get the full. Happy. No, you wouldn't. You'd be well upset, and all the Strasbourg fans are upset, by the way, and have been protesting the new ownership from what loads of times. So. No, I get it, and it's a good thing, like in so many industries on the planet today, there's zero regulation, and businesses and rich people are allowed to just do whatever they want, to the detriment of normal working people. Hopefully, not that I really trust the FA and the Premier League, whatever, but hopefully this is kind of a sign that they're like trying to slow that kind of model down from developing too much more. Having said that, they still need to fucking prosecute Man City for all of their 100 plus financial charges. And the Saudi ownership groups has never been allowed to take over Newcastle, but there we go.
No. So, I'm waiting for their 1,308 point deduction.
That'd be sick.
So what I was just going to say on that, just quickly, is that these clubs, as you mentioned, Man City, Newcastle, who have got these unlimited funds and about 17 fucking clubs under the umbrella, I think it's all dodgy as well. It's all backhanders. There's no official paperwork. It's just like, we've paid 5 million, but really you've paid nothing. Like, it is a bit dodge, bruv. So I wonder if the shareholders will actually vote on banning it, because as a shareholder of these clubs, you would get benefits to that. So, you probably get a brown envelope for voting no. So anyway, we are proud to once again support the Poppy Legion, auctioning signed shirts from our recent Remembrance fixture. Bidding is now open for the shirts worn against Tottenham on Monday evening. That can be on the app. Where is this? Is this Twitter?
So this was posted by Chelsea Twitter account. It's quite funny. I should have put that in at the beginning, but it's funny when you said we are proud to once again support the Poppy Legion, auction signed shirts. It's like people might have thought that was us.
Not us. No, fucking
not literally us. Exactly. Sorry, guys. We don't have any. We don't have any match worn shirts personally ourselves, so we wouldn't be able to do that. But no, Chelsea posted this today.
Not yet. I mean, if anybody wants to send us a match worn,
if you want to send one my way, I'll take any name, any player,
fucking name, any player, whatever,
from any era.
I don't give a fuck. Email us. Anyway. But
if
you want a match,
just one of these things that we do. It's just a nice thing.
Obviously,
bid for it.
the CFC Foundation, at the CFC Foundation and at the Match Worn shirt. Go and get your t-shirts, I guess.
Just an important thing as well. We obviously get a lot of stick. A lot of people think that we're a bit of like a, not a very nice club, but actually we're fucking
sick.
Yeah, but actually we do a lot of good things, charitably wise, a lot more than other clubs as well. So I think that's important to remember.
Yeah.
All right, so gosh, let's round up the news then. Obviously, our next game is against Man City. We've spoken a little bit about that before. We're not going to go into too much detail because who really knows? But we'll do a mini preview. I guess the first things first. Are you scared?
I'm fucking shitting bricks.
Yeah, me too. As much as I like to be a positive fan, nobody wants their team to lose. You never bet on your team to lose. You never want them to lose, but I really cannot see us doing anything against City. We don't have enough up front to scare them defensively, and we're not well organised enough defensively to keep them out. So, I'm just hoping, it sounds ridiculous, but I'm just hoping we don't get walloped and that we can keep it respectable.
As you said, I don't want to bet on against my team, but I am looking at 8-0 odds just to, because it's going to be, mate, honestly, if we've struggled against these teams, let's have a look at fucking Brentford, for example. Yeah. How the fuck are we going to manage against these? We are going to get slumped differently. And I'm always a glass half full person.
You are.
And I just can't see a way of us even fucking scratching the surface.
No, exactly. We're not going to lay a glove on them, are we?
Oh, mate, it's going to be ropes.
It would have to be a legendary performance for us to pull out a decent result against City. I mean, it is at Stamford Bridge, but obviously that doesn't mean much nowadays because we're shit at Stamford Bridge. So, all right, we'll keep an eye on that then. That's on Sunday
at
4:30. I'm going to say City 4-0.
Oh,
I reckon they're just going to give us a cheeky 4-piece.
City 6-0.
Okay, well, we've had a 6-0 against them before. They smashed us 6-0 when Sarri was
6-0 against us.
Yeah, they beat us 6. Yeah, sorry. What did I say?
You said we've had a 6-0 against them.
Oh, we have actually. Yeah, back in the day.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, they used to be fucking shit. But I think we're gonna get slumped. Get your plasters out. Get your fucking, get your spare kecks because you're gonna be shitting it. Women's. Another bad news.
Yeah, I mean, the major news story is shit. Emma Hayes is leaving her post at the end of the season.
Yep.
It's hard to put into words how revolutionary she's been for our women's team and actually the women's game in general. She's brought such attention, notoriety, respect to the league and to women's football that really her impact literally you can't really put it into words. I honestly mean it. She's so legendary, for Chelsea women's that she's a kind of manager who needs a statue. Put a statue outside Kingsmeadow because honestly she deserves one. It was really mental as well because we beat Aston Villa 6-0 and then half an hour later they announced that she's leaving. And so that seems really random timing. Why did you drop it at such a weird time? It doesn't seem normal.
Let's enjoy the win first, fucking hell.
Literally, or do it on a Monday morning at 9 o'clock and to let the weekend go, and then people have got the week to kind of mull it over. So crazy timing. I don't know why it was so kind of abrupt. Major rumours are suggesting that the job she'll take up is with the US women's national team, who had a quite bad World Cup. I know they got knocked out in the round of 16 against Sweden. And you have to remember these are the record World Cup women's holders. They've got 4, I think. So for that to happen to them was a real surprise, and they're clearly in a bit of a downward spiral, and they wanted something to lift them up. So it would make sense that they would go for Emma Hayes. News has literally just broke as well since I've been recording the show. I've just seen Daily Mail have released an exclusive saying Chelsea owners want answers from sporting director Paul Winstanley after Emma Hayes opted to leave the club to take up USA role when he had been tasked with agreeing her new contract. And then a further piece here, Hayes is understood to have indicated a desire to stay at Chelsea for the rest of her career during initial talks with the club, but the negotiations were placed on hold due to Winstanley focusing on other issues.
So Paul Winstanley's a fucking knobhead. So basically, Paul Winstanley has just fucked us because we've won the WSL 4 times in a row, and now we're gonna fucking get fucked. So
well, it's one of those ones, and it's like when Pep eventually leaves City, you know, they're done out here. That is going to be such a major
monumental change in the women's league.
I really struggle to see how that's going to go, and there's nobody in the game who will be able to replace her. No. It's going to be a very strange season considering we know she's leaving. I don't know how that's going to affect the way the team work really when you think about it.
Well, you never know. I mean, it does say leaving at the end of the season. If we can actually get a fucking offer in there, a contract or something,
true.
Maybe we can change.
Things can always change. It depends.
Anything can happen.
Yeah,
except for getting spider powers or something. I don't know.
Yeah. As I said, the game then on the weekend for the Chelsea women's back in the WSL after the international break was a 6-0 thrashing of Aston Villa. An absolutely dominant win in the WSL. 6 different players getting the name on the score sheet. The game started in wet and windy conditions in the West Midlands. Despite talk of the weather being a leveller, Chelsea women still arrived at the Poundland Bescott Stadium as strong favourites and with good cause, as we had won all 4 previous meetings with Aston Villa in the Women's Super League, and our opponents were searching for their first points of the season. Aston Villa are in terrible form. Bright, Kirby, Ritting, Canyard, Lawrence, Beaver Jones, and Charles all scored for Chelsea, and we absolutely walloped them. It was to be expected because Aston Villa are terrible and Chelsea are good. The next game is Chelsea Women's at Everton versus Chelsea Women's. That's at 1 p.m. on Sunday. I believe, as it stands in the WSL, we are top of the league with 13 points, 3 points ahead of our next competitor with the same amounts of games played. So
Who is second?
We haven't lost a game yet. Man City,
right,
who are 3 points behind us. So Everton are currently 10th with 4 points. So not doing too well. So in theory, we should get the result. But hey, it's football. You never know. What's
happening in the youth, Bo?
Oh, okay. A little bit happened in the youth since we last spoke. 2-2 against Fulham in the PL2. Leo Castledine, the best named bloke in the club, scored a brace against Fulham. It wasn't enough to give. Yeah.
Gutted that he didn't come on for Blackburn.
Oh, I know. It would have been cool, wouldn't it? It's a shame. Shame when stuff like that happens.
Just a little 10-minute cameo.
Just give him something to work with, but he didn't get anything to work with. He scored a brace against Fulham, but it wasn't enough. Fulham scored a 90-minute equaliser that gave the Chelsea under-21s back-to-back draws. And then on Tuesday night, Chelsea under-21s was slapped 5-0 by Oxford United, which knocked us out of the EFL trophy in the group stage, as they didn't get a single point in the group stage. So really disappointing result there. I don't know what was going on there. I mean, I guess there's a difference between men's football and boys football. Like these Oxford United players, they're no mugs, and if they can bully you and harass you and show you a bit of metal, a bit of steel, then they're going to do so. So not the best week for the under-21s. No games for the under-18s. They next play on the 25th of November. The next game though for the under-21s will be Leeds on Sunday with kickoff at 1 p.m.
Nice. Well, that brings us on to Rival Watch. Jeremy Doku.
Wow. Count Dooku himself.
What is this player? Absolute ridiculous. Involved in a 6-1 thrashing of Bournemouth. And I believe he was in every single goal. Was he involved in every single one?
He was involved in 5 of the 6 goals.
5 of them, bro.
Yeah,
that's mental. Yeah. The Belgian winger scored 1 and assisted 4 against the Cherries, and has already established himself as one of the most effective wingers in the league. Grealish must be pissed.
Well, I say that. I noted that down because Pep has been waxing lyrical about Doku in all his press conferences, saying, I love a winger who can take on his man and can be really incisive and effective, which is so funny because that was kind of Jack Grealish's game. But Doku has quite possibly the quickest 5-yard burst of pace of anyone in the league, and maybe anyone in football. He changes direction and shifts the ball out of his foot to shoot or pass so quickly. like if you watch him, it must be a nightmare to try and defend against because his fast twitch muscles are just generationally talented. I mean, Doku's one of those players who's been like on the lips of international scouts for years now. He's been doing his thing since he was 17, and he's been looked at. And it's just so typical that people wouldn't pull the trigger, and they would wait for bloody someone like City to pick him up because, you know, a player with that amount of natural talent and physical gifts,
it's just going to thrive.
Exactly. To be given to Man City in that position, in that team, he's going to really ball out. And I mean, 4 assists in one game.
Yeah.
4 assists in a goal, and the goal he scored was banging as well, by the way. Yeah. So yeah, bloody hell. Jeremy Doku, really impressive player. Bit nervous about him. They actually won 3-0 last night as well, City. Doku didn't score in that, but Haaland did get another 2.
Young boys, weren't they?
Yeah, young boys. Obviously, something ridiculous. You know, that's the 9 goals in 2 games for City there coming into the game against us on the weekend. So we really do need to be worried.
We're going to fucking smoke,
and so should Grealish. He should also be worried.
We got fucking fucking Daft Tyrannus on there, and you got fucking Daft Sidious on the sidelines. It's fucking nuts. Oh mate, we're gonna get fucked. So
no trouble.
You know, I mean, is Doku left or right?
Left.
We're fucked. Yeah, we are fucking screwed. Okay then.
Well, unless Reece can have a worldy performance and shut him down, because he's on Reece's side. So
bloody hell. There's
fingers crossed Reece can lock him down. No, not Cuckoo.
No, it's the other way, isn't it? Yeah, of course.
It's the other way.
Well, we might have a little bit of a chance then. Reece, you need to, if you're listening to this, mate, 2-footed tackle. Doesn't matter if your VAR looks. They don't pick it up. It's fine. Just 2-footed tackle. Go for it. The other side of Manchester, Manchester United, shithouse, another win. They beat Fulham by a late goal scored by Bruno Fernandes, but they're still shit, and it's annoying that they still managed to pick up points. Mate, it was like 96th minute, weren't it?
91st minute.
Oh, right, okay. I thought it was quite late.
But they didn't have much stoppage time, so it was, in terms of the context of the game, it was quite late. Just really annoying. I mean, Fulham are shit, man. I mean, they should be ashamed of themselves, really. But really, United were so bad, and they've just been bad all season. But they just managed to fucking shithouse wins. They've got, they've got that United gene that they just can just win these games that they don't deserve to win. Yeah. So they're 3 points ahead of us still, and I don't think they played well all season. It's fucking peculiar. I don't know how they get away with it, but they are still getting away with it. It was actually quite a good goal, to be fair, from Fernandes. It was a good finish, but. It's just annoying. I was working and I was keeping an eye on the score. And I'm like, this is great, like rubbing me out. This is brilliant. And then, bloody hell, 91st minute they score and then go on to win. It sucks, but that's football for you. Talking of sucking, Newcastle beat Arsenal 1-0 on a tightly fought affair at St James's Park. The singular goal in the game was a controversial one, with Arteta saying in the post-match conference, "I feel sick and ashamed." Arsenal then came out with a statement Arsenal then came out with a statement the day after saying they fully support Arteta and his comments about the referee standing in the game. Now, this is a weird one because a lot of people have said that Arteta shouldn't be moaning, like that. And I thought that managers got told off and got fined for saying some of the stuff that he did. Yeah. I don't have all the quotes here, but
maybe he did get fined. Maybe he just doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, I mean, clearly he doesn't, and neither does the club.
Arsenal coming out and supporting them with a statement as well. The game's the game, bruv. The game's the game. Arsenal on their fucking downfall now. Didn't they lose last weekend as well? I'm pretty sure they did. And then it was 2-2 against us the weekend before that. So I'm pretty sure they did anyway.
I think that was their only loss against. That was their first loss against Newcastle. I don't remember. Or was it? No, Arsenal have only lost 1. Yeah, that was the Newcastle game they've lost. But they might have drawn. No,
it was West Ham.
Oh, that's it in the EFL. Yeah. The EFL. That's they got knocked out.
Yeah, so they got slumped there. They got slumped against Newcastle. Fucking shite.
Did you see the goal?
No, I didn't. No.
I mean, for anyone interested, it might have been a bit dodgy. I mean, it looks pretty obvious that Joe Linton pushed Gabriel in the back, but the cross came in. The keeper flapped it in, completely missed the ball. He's only got himself to blame. Gabriel actually kind of jumps and pushes his legs back at the same time, like faking it. I think it looked really fake, is why they probably thought, no, this ain't it. Also, a lot of people are saying the ball was out because the ball got crossed in from like across the line. But again, people are idiots and forget that with a spherical shape, different angles will show you the true positioning of the ball. So although it might have looked off, it might have looked out from one angle, if you actually look at the top-down angle, it would be different, but we don't have that angle. So anyway, just a mad game. But again, though, nice to see Arsenal lose and good to take away their unbeaten run, because then well, it's just good, isn't it? Good vibes for us, really.
I've just watched the goal in real time.
Yeah.
And...
it's a bit dodgy, isn't it?
It's a bit dodgy. Okay.
I mean, I know we're biased. I know we hate Arsenal, but it's a bit of a dodgy goal.
I've seen Gary Neville go over it with the ball and the line thing. I've seen so many memes about it saying, people are saying, oh, don't look at that. That's a big line. That's a thick line. And comments like, oh, that's us at 3 a.m. in the kitchen. So yeah, it's all going down. Liverpool drew with Luton, but let me just say, Luton was ahead. Luton were winning.
Yeah, they were. Tahith Chong scored in the 75th minute. It was literally one of the best counter-attacking goals you'll ever see. It was unbelievably swift and amazing. And tucked away by Tahith Chong, who used to be a United player. Scored his first Premier League goal. They then obviously come to equalise quite late on, don't they, really? Which is a shame for Luton, because it looked as if they might hold on, but unfortunately they couldn't get the job done entirely. Look, the 95th minute, Luis Diaz scores to equalise. So Luton was so close. Just a fucking headed goal. It's just one of those annoying ones where, again, it's like, how do they shit out themselves to points? It's just so frustrating when they don't deserve it. Really weird one, Liverpool, because I've been waxing lyrical about them recently, really impressed with them, but they're really seemingly quite up and down. They're slacking a bit. So quite a weird one. I don't know what's going on there, but a good result for Luton, obviously. A really good result. Quite a historic one.
It is.
And again, this is why we do Rival Watch, so we can see our rivals suffer.
Exactly.
And most of them did this weekend, so we're happy about that.
Great fucking news. And, you know what I'm made up for Luton? Beating a top 16, drawing
nearly
against a top 6 team, and were winning at some point in the match for being quote unquote the worst team in the Prem. They're actually 17th now, looking at the table. So they're not doing too bad. They're out of the relegation zone for now.
We've got a Bournemouth.
There's
a long way to go.
Bournemouth, Burnley, and Sheffield all within the relegation zone. I think Burnley and Sheffield United are the worst teams I've ever fucking seen. Man City remain on top. Tottenham are now second, so we've took the wind out of their sails. Liverpool and Arsenal have sort of halted. Arsenal had a loss and Liverpool had a draw, so nothing from them. Aston Villa lost this weekend.
They did. Bloody hell, I was really surprised by that.
With who were they against? They were again
Nottingham Forest. I was expecting. I actually watched it. I was expecting to see Aston Villa pull out. I really wanted to watch Derby,
like a little 6-0, like a little.
I was excited to watch them play, and then Nottingham Forest, man, they just had their number. And actually, the guy who opened the goal scoring, Ola Aina, was obviously back from Chelsea, academy player, and played for us during the 2016-2017 season.
Indeed.
A good little player. We keep producing ballers, bro.
Yeah, exactly. But we don't fucking keep on to any.
No.
But we are, talking about Chelsea, we are 10th. So we're not quite in the top 10 yet. We are on 15 whole points with a win-win, draw-loss win streak. And we've got Man City next. So...
Yeah, I mean, if Forest, West Ham, or Crystal Palace win, we'll be down to 14th.
Yeah.
So, actually, even Wolves, if Wolves win as well, we might even be down all the way to 15th, 14th. So, we're not out of the woods yet. There's a long way to go. We are, from the top 5, we're 7 points behind now already. There's a major gap for us to catch up on. We've still only won 4 games this season, so there's just a lot of work to do. And we can be happy about the Tottenham result, of course. Fuck Spurs. But also, we've got a really hard string of games now. Obviously, we've talked about City coming up next.
Yeah.
But then we've got Newcastle at St James's, and then we've got Brighton. Actually, Brighton aren't playing that well, but then we've got United, who aren't playing that well, but we never seem to play well against them. Dodgy game, and then by that point we should be out of the woods a bit, and hopefully we picked up some points along the way, because then we've got Everton, Sheffield, Wolves and Palace and that kind of thing.
We would say it's a easy streak, but we don't fucking know anymore because we're a team.
Exactly. That's what we thought about the last 5 games, and we picked up like so little points. It's actually a joke. So,
with that being said, I've just got one question for you. What do we think of Tottenham?
Shit.
And what do you think of shit?
Tottenham.
Thank you.
We're Tottenham.
Anyway, that's it for now this week. Please enjoy your weekend. We've got Man City on Sunday at 4:30. Prepared to get smoked, or maybe we'll smoke them. You never know. Please like, subscribe, comment, rate us, and all that stuff. If you want to send us anything, just email us. But anyway, how do I normally finish?
What were we saying?
Anyway, with that being said, up the chair. Up the chair. Fuck's sake, man. What's going on?
Thanks for listening to The Pride. If you enjoyed what you heard, feel free to leave us a review on your podcast app of choice, and maybe drop a like or follow on our YouTube, Twitter, TikTok and Instagram pages. And as always, up the Chels.